But once you guys get to my webpage, all right, I'm in the process of redesigning, so don't be alarmed if any of this logo stuff changes. Everything can be found under playlists, okay? So playlists are gonna be where we're gonna bring it home to, all right? It'll start on the home page. You'll have the videos tab, the playlist tab, the community tab. Please, 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 just if you do yourself any favor, remember to click playlists. It's because it's more organized, okay? I organize everything in a specific order to help you guys. I put it under different topics and categories. Sometimes you'll see the same video under two things. The reason being is it's very focused on where you're at in your journey. Okay, so travel sales process, I'll probably rename this to something very, very soon, if not right now. But let's click on travel sales process. I want you guys to look on the right-hand side.
All right, so.
Okay, on the right-hand side, you guys will see this video plays first, initial consultation, okay? This one I might even inactivate, but the full version, this is your key. I would highly, highly, highly recommend watching it to get an idea of what you can expect after we cover the marketing portion. Okay, it'll give you that full picture visual of how my consults sound and really set the tone of the posture you should carry throughout your conversations. And it'll also make sense why I market the way that I market. It's a 50-minute long video. Okay, you don't need to really watch these other ones just yet. Until you get to those points, right? Researching destinations, that's not going to matter until you have people to sell to. Using ChatGPT to research, not going to help you if you don't have people to sell to. Square, this is great when you have instant commissions. However, we need to get to that point. Proposal meeting, again, need to have people to sell to. Research, okay? I might even rename this research and recategorize stuff because this is key. I might even say start here. Okay, there is one thing that I drop in here, and I'm gonna add it here, but it's what I call my $1 million script. My $1 million script is how I close every single person on my consultation calls. Okay, it explains the retainer deposit to the client, understanding what it is. Okay, it is up to you if you want to use that script, modify that script, change the numbers around. I don't care, but use it as a guideline. Okay. And I say use it with a guideline, and I put a stress on that because there's a reason I closed 95% of my clients and collect $500 instant commission fees for research and planning at minimum. You don't have to start there, but that's definitely something to work up to. Are we all on the same page before I move on? Everyone else, thumbs up, throw it in chat. Okay. So from there, I'm going to go back to the playlist tab. I want you guys to heavy focus on marketing. Okay. The instant commissions tutorial, I'm actually going to probably rename this Evo Plus specifically, but you need to have people to mark to before you even throw in the instant commission factor. Because how I teach instant commissions, again, that's really just understanding a vendor and the how to. The big focus needs to be on marketing. Okay, so market equals instant commissions. That's how you get your leads. All right, so when we click on marketing videos, I'm going to put a very big stress on steps 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, these break it down very, very granular on the crash course that I'm about to walk you guys through. This is something that you guys should use as a reference, as a guide constantly until you feel like you've mastered it. Mastered, how you'll know you've mastered my method is you constantly close deals. Okay, or close deals as in collect a retainer deposit. It could be as simple as $50 like Alexis started with her neighbor. But I don't care who the people are, whether they are your best friend, whether they're your family member, whether they're your neighbor or a stranger. Your friends, your family, your neighbors, they should be using you to help you get off the ground, okay, and contribute to that. Even with a minimal fee, maybe you don't charge them a ton of money, but something to recognize the research and work that you're doing is not free. It's your time. Your time is very valuable. So if you get pushback, if you feel uncomfortable, which you probably will, because I still to this day feel a little bit queasy when I have to bring it up to friends and family, but I'm essentially getting better at it. And my process is a little different with people that I know. So let's touch on that quickly. People that you know, you might feel a little bit more intimidated to ask because people sometimes make you feel like if they know you, they will get a deal or a discount. That is not how it should be. Okay. I learned that by creating this. People that will love you and want to support you should not care what the fee is. If people are looking for a deal, my best piece of advice is to guide them to Expedia to do it themselves. Or at minimum, you could say, if you have a hotel and flight path in mind, let me know. I can, look at it on Expedia. Let me know if that price is good for you and I can book it. That's what you could do at the bare minimum to get some sort of commission. However, don't take the responsibility of being a teammate or an advocate if they're not going to pay you. That is the big factor of why I charge what I charge. What separates me apart from other travel agents. I blatantly say it on my calls, you guys, to these clients. I will say, so can you go on Expedia and find this yourself? Yeah, absolutely. And if that's what you want to do, please go, by all means, go ahead and do it. But I use Expedia as a guideline. So can I get you a better deal? My goal is to. However, I want you to really understand what you're paying for is the trip management and advocacy piece. If there's a flight cancellation or a delay, who's going to go to bat for you? If your hotel is overbooked, who's going to help you in the event that something gets canceled on you out of nowhere? It's either you or you better ask the travel agents that you're getting quotes from if that's what they're going to offer you. I can guarantee that with the deposit. The deposit gets you XYZ, right? And all these videos will go into detail of that. But my point in saying all this, you guys, you have to charge for your time. That is one piece that I want to stress heavy on, because the other instant commission part is easy too. That's easier than what I'm talking about, right? It's very hard to charge for your time and worth, but that is because of the limiting beliefs that we have. What if they don't buy from me? What if, they essentially go to someone else? I'm desperate for money. I need money. I'm unemployed. I know what that's like. I started with negative money in my bank account. I had to ask people to help me get started of February of 23. Now, let me show you guys. All right. I want to show you for some inspiration of where I'm at now. There's two different types of instant commission numbers I'm going to show you. Okay. One is what I'm talking about now, which is my travel planning rate, all right, or my trip management rate. It goes beyond the research and planning. I would adjust that based on the complexity of the trip. Okay. So essentially you could say that the rate is X. However, depending on the complexity of the trip, it may or may not increase. If it stays as simple as XYZ as you're explaining it right now, then it's going to be X. However, if XYZ, you go ahead and choose that. Okay. Yes, Sylvie. If you book through Expedia Tap, you'll get commission, and it's tiered on Expedia. So as far as that goes, for those that are still looking for people, in the meantime, you can let them know, maybe post something on your page. If anyone would like assistance in booking on Expedia, you'd be more than willing to help them. Okay. Maybe throw out a few Expedia deals, create some Expedia Tap deals. Okay. Because that will not only get you instant clients to just book on the spot and not charge that fee that I'm about to show you, but it'll get some money and it'll get essentially the word out there that this is what you're doing. All right. But the trip management piece is a whole different side of the business. So Square always takes a long time to load. But it's a very inspirational piece in what I'm about to show you guys next. So are we all on the same page right now on the trip management rate, like the purpose of that? Because the videos will describe that. So at least you guys know how to find that. Find that on YouTube, right? Understand it. If not, speak up. Maya, Julia, are we good? All right, cool.
So when you're doing your instant commissions, first, or like as far as time management fee, are you like telling them that you'll apply any of that towards their booking? Or are you
so
just
watch that initial
nothing off?
consult. Watch that initial consult video, because that initial consult will literally verbatim be a role play with me and someone in the class of how I
Okay.
talk to each client and when I introduce it and how I introduce it. I also have a script that you guys can use that I've created that is verbatim how I speak to my clients at the very end. It talks about this deposit, right? That I use in the form of a credit. It talks about the overall trip management fee. It talks about the advocacy piece, right? It really closes the deal because it sells them, but the whole beginning of part of that consult is building a relationship, and it's not through preferences of yes or no questions. So highly, highly, highly watch that video at least 1 or 2 times and keep watching it if you need to, or relate back to it. Now, what I want to point out is location. So I have 2 different locations on my Square. Don't focus on setting this part up yet. Again, you're going to need the clients, but I want to show you Dauntless Travel. That's my company. All right. I have it separated because when I'm charging for a trip management rate, that is different than my wholesale supplier rate. My wholesale supplier rate is when I shop using wholesale vendors, but you have to have people to sell to do that, right? So essentially, if I run a report, or I move this over, let me do the last year. Or no, let me actually, yeah, I'll do the last year. Where are we at? May 24th.
You have a button there on the right, you see last year. If you just click on that one.
Yeah, I could have done that. I definitely didn't do that. All right, so I really hit this hard towards the end of the last year, but look at how much I made in just charging for my time. Over $11,000. Okay. I wouldn't have had $11,000 if I didn't start implementing this. You can also see my trends. Okay. So, you know, the times of day maybe I collected, or the months, right? So like I said, you could see it really pick up around November. So November, you know, sometimes these prices vary, but for whatever reason, $792. Okay, it's an odd number, off number. I couldn't tell you why. But then January, I really hit it hard. 3 payments equaling 600. Okay, 1 payment was 600. 1 payment, you know, was that, right? So you guys could see my trends, and it really picked up over, you know, from November to now. So if we highlight that feature, let's highlight November until today. All right, so you could see almost 6,000 from November to today in planning rates. Now, not all my rates are 500. Some I do like 200 or 300, depending on the complexity, right? You get to change that, it's your business. However, now moving forward, now I have more confidence to even charge more than 500, because yesterday or 2 days ago, I had a cruise booking where before I was only charging 300. I was saying essentially it was very easy, yada, yada, yada. But what I was forgetting is the trip management and the hassle that can come behind that, right? So that's why my prices now start at 500. Now I want to move on specifically to instant commissions of the other kind. Okay, so as long as you guys understand this factor and why I point this out, the other factor is also a big, big factor. Because if we use wholesale vendors like Downtown Travel or Evo Plus, and the client is able to pay in full, right? Then we can charge that difference, right? So say, you know, regardless of Evo Plus or Downtown Travel, right? Those are my wholesale vendors that I also have trainings on my channel. But say that you are going to shop those. My best piece of advice, and I show you how to do this on my YouTube, is to start at Expedia. Use that as a guideline. Okay, use it as a guideline for hotels, all inclusives. Okay, see what that price point is. More oftentimes than not, the wholesalers will have a better price. You just need to make sure your client up front is in a position. If they say, yeah, I'm looking to go to an all inclusive, are you ready to pay in full? Should I find something? Because that is the one differentiator of when to know when you can use a wholesaler and not. Okay. Another thing is it's non-refundable. So you want to make sure that they understand it's non-refundable, but as long as they have trip protection, which they're going to want anyways, right? As long as they have that, if something happens to their trip, they're covered. Okay. They'll get reimbursed by their insurance company if they have to cancel, regardless of a non-refundable payment. All right. So that's another thing. Make sure you guys close people with insurance. It's easy to do all this stuff. It just can be overwhelming in the beginning. So maybe just start with one thing and work your way up. All right. Knowing what opportunities are available to you. So wholesaler, I will point you to that on my YouTube. So you guys know where to go after this, but essentially I'm setting you guys up for success. So I hope you guys understand, I'm doing today the reason that I'm doing it, because I want to set you up for endless possibilities, not just one. So let me run a report on this. Are we good though? Right now, are you guys feeling a little bit better, more confident on where to go, what to watch? Because when you watch those guys, you're going to feel so different and you're going to be like, wow, I promise you, if I wasn't confident in my content, I wouldn't be pointing you there. But if today helped you at all, each video will help you tremendously, I promise. Okay, so let's run this report, because this is my money maker. The wholesale instant commissions when you have a wholesale vendor. All right, so oh, 1 year or less. Okay, let's do that.
Excuse me, Nikki. Maya had a question about what exactly the trip charges were. I think how it's different from the wholesale. But I know you talk about it in your videos.
What do you mean the trip charge? Like the trip management fee?
Yeah, I think that's what Maya was asking, exactly what those charges
And
were.
then,
that
yeah,
you
what exactly do you charge them? Like, would that charge that goes through Square, that's just for what? Just to give them an estimate, give them some sort of
No. So yeah, that's a good question. So let me just lay that out a little clearer. The first thing that we just went over was for the trip management. You will collect these costs, whether it's through Square or another thing. Okay. I show you how to do it. I break it down. That instant or that initial consultation video, like I said, that should be the first thing you guys watch when you get off. It'll make sense what I'm talking about now. Okay. It's about 50 minutes worth your time every single bit, because it explains it on what it means, how to do it, the script, right? But then moving forward, the marketing, right? The specifics of how I get the leads And now I want to bring it home to wholesale supplier, right? So essentially, you'll watch the initial consultation, you'll watch the marketing videos, the 4 videos, and then you will move on to understanding how to find the deals, the wholesale deals, right? And how to make extra money from them. And those videos I'll point you to on YouTube. We'll break all that down. Is that what you're looking for, Maya? Is like understanding how, where to go? Okay, is everyone on board, on the same page in reference to what I'm talking about? Maya, yeah, wholesale vendors, Downtown Travel, and Evo Plus. Those are your 2 wholesalers. The difference with the wholesalers is you guys get that money same day, all right? So you have a client, they use a wholesale vendor, right? You make that money same day and you pay yourself. So you can see in wholesale fees, right? Instant commission fees, year to date, over 13,000, right? So where was this? So January, 1 payment, I collected over $1,600 in commissions, not to mention my wholesaler fee. So that deal brought me over $2,000, and it was probably a $5,000 trip. Okay, you're not going to make that on other commissions. 2 payments equaled $1,200, right? So say you split that in half, that gives you that. 2 payments over here, $2,200, right? And then I've been focusing on launching another business, so my sales have dropped, but that's because my intention is different right now. All right, so to show you the possibilities, I'm going to point you on how to learn it. All right, so remember I said playlists are your favorite feature on my YouTube channel. Let's go back to playlists. All right. Now, instant commissions. It should have all the videos here. If not, I will get the videos. All right, so specific for Evo Plus. Okay. This is if you're using Evo Plus, understanding how to navigate it, how to break down the pricing, how to invoice and charge, and then how to pay yourself. Okay. Essentially, Downtown Travel is the same, just the process is a little bit different. Okay. This video I need to break down, but this video I would actually watch before I would watch any of these. The reason is you could do Evo Plus this way, but I book most of mine through Downtown Travel. Okay. They are a European-based company. So they get insane deals, even on flights that are overseas. All right. So flights you typically won't make commission on. Now there's a wholesaler for flights called Centrav. I would not point you to that right away. It's a very complicated platform. You could do trainings on it and you're going to waste time right now doing that. So instant cash. All right. To learn that second part of instant commissions, you guys, do yourself a favor and watch this training. So the 2 trainings, all right, if you want to watch anything to start today, to understand how to make money on charging for your time with a research planning trip management fee, you're going to want to watch under the playlist of my travel sales process, the instant or the initial consultation, the full version with role play. Okay. At the very end will be my script of how I close them. I will make sure to add a Google document, a part of that later today that will have the script. All right. If I don't post it by tonight, poke me for it. All right. But just make sure you subscribe. I will post updates to my YouTube. And then secondly, go to instant commissions. I think I'm going to try and move this actually right now to the top, because I love Downtown Travel more than anything. All right. I'm going to try and create shorts, but haven't had time. And so this can be found again under the instant commissions tutorial. Now it's the first training on the right-hand side. Next would be the marketing. All right. So once you get the understanding of how to charge for your time, you can always go back and watch those videos. You can watch the specifics, right? However, it's good to get a full painted picture of what things look like, the potentials to make instant commissions. Otherwise, you're doing yourself a disservice. My biggest thing when I started was I needed money right away, like most of us do on the call, right? I needed money. I was unemployed. I refused to go back to corporate. Still to this day, I refuse to go back to corporate, right? I might take some hits here and there like I am now because I'm launching another platform where most of my money is going. However, you're in it for the long haul. You guys have to remember the long haul game, all right? You're not going to get every single person you hit up or market to or deals you research, but the goal and the point of these deposits and the methods that I have put in place today are to maximize and capitalize on the people that you do get, right? If you get, you know, say you reach out to 100%, right? 100% is your total number, okay? You get 70% of the people that you reach out to and 30% of the people that just ghosted you, didn't get back to you, whatever. That's a win, but those numbers fluctuate. So you can't compare yourself to me or anyone else. Okay. Another thing too is when you guys watch those videos, after you watch the videos is the big key here. Feel free to hit me up on Facebook Messenger with specific questions. Okay. I highlight specific because mentally, if you're asking me a very brief question on what we just went over, I don't have the mental capacity to answer right away. If it's specific and I can point you somewhere or explain it in a better way on a voice memo, I will be able to respond a lot quicker. So it's an advantage to you. All right. Follow me on Facebook. Get ideas on Facebook, right? Don't worry about having your Facebook page look like mine right away. Because I'll tell you, my Facebook page did not look like this, and I still sold to people, right? So I'm going to post that in the chat, facebook.com/Nicolette Lowe. You will see how my Facebook is. And I will tell you now, I just hit a very new marker this week where now I'm monetizing from the content I post. But from August until now, I was not. Consistency pays off because now Facebook is going to pay me for content that I post based on reactions, comments, likes, subscriptions, which is exciting, right? That's the goal. That's the passive income that I've been working super hard towards, but it doesn't come overnight. You have to do it consistently or you won't reach that level. My impressions, my goal by the end of this week was 100,000 over the last 28 days. Impressions basically means how many people saw your page, right? Content you shared, someone saw it, they clicked on it, that's all. 100,000 over the last 28 days. Okay. It was 91,000 at the beginning of the week. So I understand now what it takes, what the trends are like on Facebook specifically. They're changing, but I catch on to the patterns quick. And that's what I want to teach you guys moving forward. But this is just to get you off the ground and launched, right? Doesn't happen overnight. You can't build an empire overnight. But my goal for myself is building an empire, and it starts from ground zero. It starts from nothing. You do not have to have a single penny in your bank account to be where I'm at today. You will fluctuate, okay? You're going to go in peaks and valleys, and that's okay. Your intentions may change, right? Maybe you want to team build and sales. You can do that, but just know you cannot be a master of all. You can only be a master of one at a time, regardless of what people say. It's good to start, you know, to see where you're at now, right? The opportunities for the future, but also recognize you need money now. That can be the most difficult part. So through the coming weeks. I'm going to share how I'm working through it. Okay. And when I share how I work through it, I share it with you guys. So lastly, I want to close with keep an eye specifically on the mindset resets every Wednesday that I've had so far. I'm only doing it next week. And then in June, my trainings are going to be different. They're going to be more focused on when you guys have, maybe you're a new agent and you need help, you know, with the instant commissions, or you have a challenging client problem. You want to talk through how to overcome it, things like that, right? I will be there to help you troubleshoot and guide you, but I want you guys to have this as a solid foundation to start from so that you can make the most of your times too. The calendar, Sylvie, will actually be on the Travel Knowledge page. It'll post the monthly calendar there every month. You can find it under the live trainings tab on the offerings each month. Okay. It is important to stay up to date on Travel Knowledge 2.0 page. They update the times. Maybe, you know, there's something that you have for the month scheduled, right? That's a great goal to have. Schedule your month with trainings you think you want to attend. However, it's not a necessity to attend every single training. All right. When I say attend trainings, I mean even pre-recorded trainings that I'm showing you guys. I think the next month that really should be your focus is solely my YouTube if you want to get to where I'm at. And that's only because I know what I did to get here. I'm not discrediting other leaders. I think they're great. If you don't take my path, that's okay. Take someone else's path. But it could be challenging to take multiple leaders' perspectives on certain things because we all do things different. All right. So take little bits and pieces from everyone, but have like one person that you really follow. Okay. You don't necessarily need to follow me, but I'm saying I can speak from my perspective. And I can say that my YouTube channel, I've really tried to craft and target to help you guys. I'm not monetizing on YouTube right now, so it's not doing anything for me. This is solely for you guys. And I record these little sessions because they're free volunteer times. I don't get paid by Archer. These are, you know, anyone who trains, you are volunteering your time. It is free. Okay. And it's from the goodness of my heart because I believe what comes around goes around. And I like to see other people succeed. That's where the blessings and abundance come. So, any questions, comments?
I have one question.
Yeah.
So when we were discussing, when you were talking about the fee that you charge for your service, you mentioned how if there is a hotel, let's say overbooked, they have to deal on their own versus you having to do it. If flight gets canceled, you know, they book, I don't know, Disney cruise, I'm guessing Disney would not call the airline to figure out what's going on. They have to do it on their own. Yeah. This is what our service would cover. Now, how do I know that I would actually be able to help them? Because at this point, I would be completely clueless. Like I wouldn't know who to call, how to fix something.
Don't worry about that yet. Right? If you don't have people to sell to, that doesn't matter. I have the answers to that. So if you trust in what I said today over the last hour, trust that I will guide you. If and when you guys get to that point, hit me up. I will guide you to the resources.
Sounds good.
Okay. The resources are there, learning the vendors, right? The contact numbers, all things like that. Those are the easy things for me to point you to. I'll probably create a training on it at some point. I just am not there yet. Okay. Any other comments? Was today helpful? Do you feel better? Do you feel like you're not drowning, Maya?
I know exactly what the next several steps are. And I'm sure that when we go through that, I'll get new questions. We can deal with it next week.
Perfect. That's the goal.
But I know what to do over the next few steps because I don't really know where to go search for clients. But to be honest with you, if I had a phone call right now, somebody called me, I don't know that I would know what to do with them. So that's why I feel I need this extra training. I need to know
Mhm.
what I'm doing, and I need to sound like I know what I'm doing.
So that first one
So-
that first video I'm telling you to watch, that is your answer to that question.
Okay. All right. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to go through all these videos, and then I'll let you know next week if I have some hiccups there. So I'm really
Yes.
good. Thank you so much. Yes.
Perfect. So yeah, just to kind of recap quickly on Maya's, and then anyone else, if you have questions, let's answer those and then we'll hop off. But if you are in Maya's position in the beginning of the training, she was lost. She had no idea where to go. Same thing with Sylvie. Okay. No idea where to go. Maybe you were active, went a little inactive because of things that happened the last month or two. To bring it back home, this training today essentially went through where to go to know if someone called you right now, how to lead a consultation and make money from it. Okay. That's your initial consultation that will bring you instant commissions. Okay. The second part, right, is more so once the instant commissions, once you have people to sell to, right? So that's later on. But that middle period, that's why I really stress the marketing videos 1 through 4, because I show you exactly where to go and how to get clients using Facebook for free. Okay. Sylvie, any questions, comments, concerns? I know you said you feel better.
I feel much better. I can't wait to start watching the videos. I might have questions next week, but
Okay.
I feel much better. I didn't know we had commissions on hotels, so I booked a hotel one night.
That's okay. It's
For my
okay.
brother, so I'm happy. My first sale.
Yay. Nice job. Yeah, if it's booked through TAP, you should be able to see the commissions. But yeah, I'm glad that you guys have that. So that's good to hear. And questions are ever evolving. You're always going to have questions. I still always ask a ton of questions. People probably want to slap me across the head if they're in a room with me, but it's okay. Questions are good. That means you're learning.
But about that, when I was trying to book the hotel, the same hotel was $281 on Evo Plus and $159 on Expedia Tap.
Yeah. So what you'll find, and you'll notice, I point out in my Evo Plus trainings that Evo Plus isn't always the answer. Wholesalers are not always the answer, but you guys have to watch that video or those videos because I can't cover it now. And I created them for a reason. So that'll definitely guide you.
And my last question is, so the wholesales are Evo Plus, Downtown Travel, and what's the other one?
That's it.
That's it? Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Cool.
You.
Alexis, Julia.
One quick
Um,
question. You had a start.me page that you did a while back that kind of put all of the resources that you thought were good and a reference point of like daily things to do. It's kind of based off your videos, but it's like little bullet points. And you had told me you didn't think anybody was using it and you hadn't updated it. And I thought it was really great, especially for like new people to kind of help have everything in a visual. I just was curious if that's something you may revisit, like, because
Yeah,
I
I'll
found it really
revisit
helpful.
but I need to redo it because looking at it now from
Okay.
an outsider who created it, it could be overwhelming for someone who just started, which is why I'm not going to give it to anyone.
Okay.
Because
Just
it
wanted
was
to check, 'cause
good.
it was really
someone
good.
like you, I totally understand. I created it with that intention. However, what I explained in the video today, I want to simplify that page because the
Okay.
vendors and all that stuff don't matter right now.
Gotcha.
Don't matter, right? So once you have, people to sell to, then it matters. But right now it doesn't. So that page would be good for you, Alexis, but not for Sylvie or Maya right now. Julia, how
Right.
are you and how was today?
Well, I feel like it's been very great. I always like listening to you. I do have one quick question though. As far as like the marketing videos, are those on your Facebook or are those on your YouTube?
YouTube. I post
Those
all
are-
content related to
so-
how I sell on my YouTube only.
Okay. And then I did do a couple sales, but I've been like turtle speed so far.
Okay.
I've been for 7 months and I'm still getting little cells, like little bites. But anyway, so like my credit card authorization forms, I have sent those to them and then I don't get those back. So then I'm
Sent
like,
them to
man, I'm
who?
in trouble for not having those signed.
Sent
if-
them to
if-
who? The client?
I'm
Sent
sorry,
it
what do you?
to the client.
Yeah, like 2 of my cells, I sent them, to the client, and then they were supposed to sign off on them.
How did you charge the trip then?
Well, I had all their information.
But why didn't they sign on what? So the steps, you need that sign moving forward ahead of time. There's no processing. You guys do not want to jump the gun on anything if you don't have the authorization, because then you're a liability.
Okay. So tell them we have to have that signed before I can proceed, basically.
Yeah, but watch my process. I'll cover
Okay.
all of them. Okay. Even Travel Joy, I have where I do it in Travel Joy. I don't even have a signed form anymore, but I really have to go. I have a doctor's appointment in 15 minutes. So
Okay.
any last questions? Otherwise, just hit me up via Messenger. Okay.
Okay. All
Thank you
right.
so much.
Very
I'm
Thank
good.
you,
Yes.
Nikki.
Right.
Bye, bye-bye.